Going on, everyone? So I've finally been getting into comic books again. It all started, I really gotta thank Marvel Rivals for this. Marvel Rivals reignited that comic book kid in me that enjoyed a lot of Marvel properties that I've fallen out of love with over the past few years because I didn't really like where the MCU was headed, in addition to just being drawn to the world of anime and manga stories as well. I even felt as a kid too, it was so overwhelming with all the different issue runs and different universes when manga is just simple. In most cases, manga is just simply starting with chapter 1 and just continuing till it ends. But playing Marvel Rivals and watching a lot of the movies again and actually having a good time, I wanted to read some comics. So I reread some of my older Spider-Man and Batman issues that I had. I wanted to get into something new, and I picked up a series that everyone's been talking about, looking online, called Ultimate Spider-Man. This is volume 3 because the first Ultimate Spider-Man I believe started in the early 2000s. But I read this one because a lot of people said you could just pick it up and start it. It's a new take on Spider-Man in the sense where he's not a little kid, he's 35. And he just gets his powers, he has kids, and he's married to Mary Jane, and he becomes Spider-Man at this age and fights crime. And I really like it. I think it's really good. I think it's very easy to follow. I like the interactions between the characters. Uncle Ben's alive in this, but Aunt May's dead. The premise behind this is, from what I remember, in the Ultimate Universe, there's this being called the Maker, which is, this is obviously huge spoilers, but so don't watch this if you don't want to get spoiled. But in the Ultimate Universe, there's this thing that occurred called Secret Wars. I think in 2015 is when it came out, and a big proponent of Secret Wars was the Maker, which is the Ultimate Reed Richards, the Ultimate Universe of him. He became evil, and he was somehow able to reset the Ultimate Universe afterwards. So he reset it, but he took some things, key events from the universe that changed the timeline, and one of them is he took the spider that was supposed to bite Peter Parker in this universe and caused it to never bite him. The Maker, I think, is somehow able to frame Tony Stark, causing Stark Industries to wreak havoc on New York, which causes the lives of a lot of people, and one of them being Aunt May. It's beams that shoot down at the city. Aunt May's dead, Norman Osborn's dead. So we go into the story as a 35-year-old Peter Parker who has kids, married to Mary Jane. Uncle Ben is still alive, and him and Uncle Ben both work at the Bugle with J. Jonah Jameson. They all actually get along pretty well. Peter gets his powers here, and it's just a really fun read. The interactions that Peter has, Gwen Stacy's alive in this universe, but she's married to Harry Osborn, who takes on the Green Goblin mantle in this universe, and I have an excellent time with this story. If you're a fan of Spider-Man but want to get into comics, I honestly think this is a really good starting point. Very different from how other continuities have ran because it changes a lot of things. But I also think that's really nice because it's like a breath of fresh air for people who are familiar with that continuity, even in the Raimi films or the Garfield movies, can now experience it here in the Ultimate Spider-Man comic. And you don't need to read any of the older runs, you can just pick this up and go, because I've never read Ultimate Spider-Man, and I'm having a blast. It's really nice too to read a story where obviously there's going to probably be some crazy things that occur, but for the most part, so far I'm up to date. As of this recording, issue 17 just released, and I'm up to date with the story. The world doesn't really seem out to get Peter Parker. Peter Parker's able to be a superhero but also have a nice family while he's doing it, and have people that care about him. Harry Osborn, even though that he's the Green Goblin in this universe, is Peter's best friend, and they fight for good causes. And Gwen Stacy, even though she's not Peter's lover and is Harry's lover, is really supportive and really nice as well to both Mary Jane and Peter. So this is short just to say that I really like this book. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with it in the future. And I might make other videos like this as well for things I'm reading and just give my overall thoughts on them. That's about it. So yeah. There's some spoilers thing I want to get into here, but Gwen is fucking Mysterio? What the fuck?